I used to believe loyalty was simple. If you stay honest, everything survives, I told myself. Emily once smiled and said, "You're old-fashioned." I laughed and replied, "Maybe, but I'm yours." We lived in a small apartment where the walls were thin and the mornings were quiet. "Coffee?" I asked every day. "Black," she answered, never looking up. I thought love lived in routine. I thought silence meant comfort, not distance. "You work too much," Emily said one night. "I'm doing it for us," I replied. She sighed. "You always say that." I wanted to ask what she meant, but I didn't. I believed patience fixed everything. When she turned away in bed, I blamed myself. "I must be tired," I whispered. She didn't answer. I stared at the ceiling and told myself tomorrow would be better. Daniel used to joke, "Man, you won the lottery with her." I smiled and said, "Yeah, I did." He was my childhood friend, the kind who knew my worst stories and never judged me. "She's like family now," he said once. I believed him without doubt. When he came over, Emily laughed more. "You're funny," she told him. I felt proud, not jealous. Trust felt natural back then. Still, small things changed. "I'll be late," Emily texted. "How late?" I asked. "Don't wait up." I waited anyway. When she walked in, her phone buzzed. She turned the screen down fast. "Who was that?" I asked. "Just work," she said. "Okay," I replied, even though my chest felt tight. I told myself marriage meant not asking too many questions. One evening, I reached for her hand. She pulled away. "I'm not in the mood," she said. "Did I do something?" I asked. She shook her head. "You're overthinking." I nodded and swallowed my words. In the bathroom mirror, I asked myself, "Am I boring now?" I promised I'd try harder. I didn't know love shouldn't feel like begging. Daniel called often. "You good, brother?" "Yeah," I said. "Emily okay?" "She's just stressed." He paused. "Marriage is tough." "I know," I replied. I trusted his concern. I trusted everything he said. When he stopped by unannounced, Emily looked surprised, then pleased. "You should have called," she said softly. I ignored the tone. Weeks passed like that. Late nights, quiet dinners, half smiles. I kept believing. "We're fine," I told myself. "This is just a phase." One night, Emily sat across from me, her hands wrapped around a mug she wasn't drinking. She kept rubbing her fingers together. "Are you cold?" I asked. "No," she said quickly. "Then what's wrong?" She looked up, eyes wet. "We need to talk." My heart dropped before she said anything else. "About what?" I asked. She stood up, pacing. "I don't know how to say it." "Just say it," I whispered. Her hands were shaking. "Please don't get mad." I felt something dark open inside my chest. "Emily," I said, my voice breaking, "what did you do?" "I didn't sleep," Emily said, sitting across from me. "I noticed," I replied. "Neither did I." She rubbed her palms together. "Please don't interrupt." My heart was already racing. "Just say it." She took a deep breath. "I'm pregnant." The word hit me hard. "Pregnant," I repeated. "Yes." I stood up. "Why didn't you tell me sooner?" I was scared. "But this is good," I said, confused. "We talked about this." She looked down. That was when hope cracked. "Emily," I said slowly, "look at me." She shook her head. "Is it mine?" Silence answered first. Then she whispered, "No." I laughed once, sharp and broken. "That's not funny." "I'm serious," she cried. "Say it again," I demanded. "The baby isn't yours." My ears rang. "Then whose is it?" She covered her face. "Say the name." She didn't, but I heard it anyway. "Daniel?" I asked. She nodded through tears. I stepped back. "My friend." "It was a mistake," she said quickly. "How long?" I asked. "Please don't ask that." "How long?" I shouted. "2 months," she whispered. I grabbed the chair. While I was working, she cried harder. "I never meant to hurt you." "You slept with him," I said. "That's not an accident." "I was lonely," she said. "So was I," I replied. I paced the room. "Did he know you were married?" "Yes." "Did you stop him?" "I tried." "Did you enjoy it?" She screamed. I said it was a mistake. I felt small. Am I not enough? She reached for me. "You're good. You're safe." "Safe?" I snapped. "You mean boring." "That's not what I meant." "Then what did you mean?" She sobbed. I panicked. "It meant nothing." "Nothing makes babies," I said. She looked at her stomach. "I'm scared." "So am I," I replied. I sat down slowly. Did you plan to tell me? Yes. When? I didn't know how, or if, I said. She stayed quiet. What about him? I asked. He doesn't want this. Of course not, I said bitterly. He said you'd understand, she whispered. My chest burned. He said that. I laughed again, empty. My own friend. She said, please don't hate him. I don't hate him, I said. I hate myself. Why, she asked. For trusting you, I replied. For trusting him. For building a life that never existed. She knelt beside me. I love you. Do you? I asked. Yes. Then why didn't you choose me? She held my hands. I'm asking you to stay. Stay? Raise the baby, she whispered. I pulled away. Say that again. I want us to be a family. That child isn't mine, I said. But you can be the father, she begged. I stared at her. You want me to erase myself? She cried. I need you. I felt something collapse inside me. You want me to live a lie? I said quietly. She nodded. Please. The silence after her words felt louder than screaming. I didn't move. I didn't breathe right. You don't have to answer now, Emily said softly. I heard you, I replied. I just don't recognize my life anymore. She sat closer. I know this is hard. Hard, I laughed. You want me to disappear and smile while doing it. That's not fair, she said. What part is fair? I asked. The doorbell rang before she could answer. Emily stood up fast. That's Laura. I stayed seated. Of course it is. Laura walked in and looked straight at me. You look awful. Thanks, I said. Emily said, please don't fight. Laura crossed her arms. Someone has to be mature here. She turned to me. You're her husband. I replied. You still are, she snapped. So act like it. By raising another man's child? I asked. By being a real man, she said. I felt heat in my face. A real man lets himself be used. Laura sighed. You're making this about pride. It's about truth, I said. Emily whispered. You're stronger than Daniel. That name hit me again. Don't compare me to him. He ran, she said. You wouldn't. So I get punished for staying? She cried. I'm saying I chose wrong once, not always. Laura added, people will talk. They already are, I said. They'll respect you, she insisted. For what? I asked. Being quiet? Emily held my hand. We can fix this. Ow! Together. By pretending? By loving, she said. I stood up. Love doesn't ask this. Laura said, if you leave, you lose everything. What do I keep if I stay? Silence answered again. The door opened without knocking. Daniel walked in like he belonged there. Oh, he said, you're all here. My chest tightened. Get out. He raised his hands. Relax. Emily said, you shouldn't be here. I had a right, he replied. No, I said. You lost that. He looked at me. I didn't plan this. I stepped closer. You planned enough. He shrugged. Things happen. Laura said, stop acting like a child. He smirked. See? She understands. I felt small. You're not sorry. He said, I am. Just not the way you want. Emily cried. Please don't fight. Daniel added, I never asked you to raise it. That's the only honest thing you've said, I replied. He looked away. I can't do this. So, I should. I asked. He didn't answer. Emily said, I believe in you. I don't, I replied quietly. Laura whispered, think about the family. Whose family? I asked. Daniel left without another word. The door closed hard. Emily said, he's gone. He was never here, I replied. She knelt in front of me. Please stay. For how long? Until we're okay. And if we never are? Laura said, you're cornering her. No, I said, I'm cornered. Emily cried harder. I need you. I looked at her shaking hands. I'll stay, I said. Her eyes lit up. You will. For now, I added. Something cold settled in my chest. Time moved forward even when I didn't. Emily's stomach grew rounder, and my chest felt emptier. Did you eat? She asked every morning. Yes, I lied. She smiled. Good. At work, Mark watched me too closely. You okay, man? He asked. I'm fine, I said. You say that every day. That's because it's true. He leaned back. You don't talk anymore. I shrugged. Nothing to say. You look tired, he said. I am. Home stuff. Just life. He nodded but didn't believe me. At dinner, Emily served my plate first. You need energy, she said. I forced a smile. Thanks. Her kindness felt rehearsed. Are you mad at me? She asked softly. No, I replied. Then why do you sound like that? Like what? Like you're already gone. Family dinners were worse. You must be excited, her mother said. I nodded. Of course. Laura added, he's been so supportive. I smiled until my jaw hurt. Emily squeezed my hand. He's amazing, she told them. I stared at my plate. You're lucky, her father said. I know, I answered. At night, Emily talked about names. What do you think about Noah? It's fine, I said. Just fine. I don't mind. She frowned. You never have opinions anymore. One evening, I came home early. I heard her voice before I saw her. You can't just leave, she whispered. I stopped moving. You promised, she said. Silence followed, then a low reply. I won't stay, Daniel said through the phone. My hands went cold. You're running again, Emily said. I can't handle this, he replied. You made this, she snapped. I stepped back quietly. I'm not ready to be a father, he said. You don't have to be, she replied. What does that mean? She hesitated. He's staying. I felt something snap, but it didn't hurt. So I'm free, Daniel said. Yes, she whispered. Good, he replied. The call ended. I stood there breathing slowly. When Emily saw me, she froze. How long were you there? Long enough, I said. She cried. I didn't mean. I know. I interrupted. That night, I didn't cry. I just listened. I was scared, she said. You still are, I replied. I chose you, she insisted. No, I said. You settled. Days passed. I watched instead of feeling. Mark said, You look different. How? I asked. Calm, he replied. I'm just tired of reacting, I said. Emily kept trying. I made your favorite, she said. Thank you, I replied. Do you love me? I'm here, I said. She stopped asking after that. At work, I stayed late. At home, I stayed quiet. One night, I looked at myself and thought, this isn't weakness. I didn't want revenge anymore. I wanted truth. I wanted clarity. I didn't announce my decision. I moved quietly. Are you working late again? Emily asked. Yes, I replied. She studied my face. You barely look at me now. I'm tired, I said. She nodded, but fear flickered in her eyes. Mark leaned against my desk. You ever talk to a lawyer? No, I said. You should, he replied. Just in case. In case of what? In case silence costs you everything. That night, I met Sarah. She said, start from the beginning. I said, I don't know where that is anymore. She listened without interrupting. When I finished, she asked, what do you want? I want to survive this, I said. She nodded. Then document everything. Everything. Yes, she replied. I recorded calls. I saved messages. I copied files. It felt wrong and necessary at the same time. Emily noticed. Why are you locking your phone? She asked. Work, I replied. You never did before. I never needed to, I said. She touched my arm. You're scaring me. I've been scared for months, I replied. She swallowed. Do you still want to be here? I looked at her. I am here. Daniel's name kept surfacing. Did you hear? Laura said one night. Hear what? I asked. He might lose his job. What? People talk, she replied. Emily said, I worry about him. I don't, I replied. She stared at me. You're cold. No, I said. I'm clear. At work, Mark whispered, he's cracking. Who? Your friend. He's not my friend, I replied. Emily tried harder. Sit with me, she said. I can't, I replied. Please, she begged. I need space. She cried softly. Are you leaving me? I haven't said that, I replied. But you're thinking it. Yes, I said honestly. She held my hands. I'll do anything. Anything. Yes. Tell the truth, I said. She looked away. Guilt crept in late at night. Am I cruel? I asked myself. Am I planning revenge? The answer was no. I was planning escape. Sarah said, You're not wrong for protecting yourself. It feels like betrayal, I replied. Only if you still owe them loyalty, she said. Emily sensed a shift. You don't need lawyers, she said. I do, I replied. Why? Because love isn't enough anymore. She whispered, I can't lose you. I already lost myself, I said. Daniel called once. I didn't mean for this, he said. I know, I replied. You're lucky, he added. I hung up without speaking again. Money moved quietly too. What are you doing? Emily asked. Planning, I replied. For what? For my life. She shook. You're leaving. I'm choosing, I said. The papers sat heavy in my bag. Sarah said, once you file, there's no pretending. I'm done pretending, I replied. I signed my name slowly. My hand didn't shake. I realized I wasn't afraid of losing her. I was afraid of losing myself if I stayed. Emily walked in circles around the kitchen. Daniel isn't answering, she said again. I know, I replied calmly. He lost his job, she whispered. I heard, I said. She stopped and stared at me. Why are you so calm? I ran out of panic. I answered. Bills covered the table. The hospital called twice, she said. I saw the missed calls, I replied. They want a deposit now. Okay, I said. That's it, she snapped. That's all I have, I said quietly. Her parents stopped visiting. They won't return my messages, Emily said. They're tired, I replied. Of me? Of chaos, I said. Laura called later. He left town, she said. When? I asked. Yesterday, she replied. Emily dropped the phone. He abandoned us. He did, I said evenly. She grabbed my arm. What are we going to do now? I gently removed her hand. We'll handle today first. That's not enough, she cried. It has to be, I replied. Mrs. Thompson knocked that evening. I heard voices, she said kindly. We're fine, Emily said fast. Mrs. Thompson looked at me. You seem steady. I'm learning, I said. She smiled. Strength isn't loud. Emily rolled her eyes. That's easy to say. Mrs. Thompson nodded. I buried my husband without noise. The room went quiet. Pain doesn't need an audience, she added. That night, Emily whispered, I thought you would save me. From what? I asked. From everything, she said. I was never a shield, I replied. You used to be, she said. No, I answered. I was a choice you ignored. The hospital room felt cold. Emily screamed through the pain. Hold my hand, she begged. I held it without shaking. Don't leave me, she cried. I'm here, I replied honestly. The baby cried loudly. Say something, Emily whispered. I looked at the child. I feel nothing, I said. Days passed slowly. Emily said, You don't hate me. No, I replied. You don't love me either. No, I said again. She sat beside me. Then why are you still here? To finish what's right, I said. She finally understood. I thought you were my safety net, she whispered. I shook my head. I was your conscience, I said quietly. I sat across from Emily and said, I'm leaving. She blinked twice. Leaving where? Out, I replied. Out of this marriage. Her lips shook. You can't just decide that. I didn't just decide, I said. I finished deciding. She stood up fast. Don't do this calmly. I'm not angry, I replied. That's worse, she said. I deserve anger. I'm past that, I said. Say you hate me, she begged. I don't, I replied. Then stay, she said. I can't, I answered. She cried immediately. I'm sorry. I know, I replied. I ruined everything, she said. Yes, I answered. Say something else, she begged. I don't have anything left, I said. Please, she whispered. I'm empty, I replied. She dropped her knees. Please stay. I can't, I said. I'll change, she begged. You already did, I replied. I was scared, she cried. So was I said. You never screamed, she whispered. I was breaking quietly, I replied. You didn't fight, she said. I chose peace, I answered. Laura rushed in. What's happening? I'm leaving, I said. She stared at Emily. Is this true? Emily nodded through tears. Laura turned to me. After everything? Yes, I replied. You're abandoning her, Laura snapped. No, I said. I'm choosing myself. You're selfish, she said. I'm alive, I replied. You're heartless, Laura said. I brought proof, I replied. She laughed once. Of what? Of truth, I said. You planned this, she accused. I prepared, I answered. Same thing, she said. No, I replied. I handed her the folder. She flipped pages slowly. Her mouth closed. Her hands started shaking. She whispered, Emily. Emily hid her face. Laura said nothing else. The room felt heavier. Emily whispered, Laura. Laura looked at her. Why didn't you tell me? Emily cried harder. I was ashamed, Emily said. Laura stepped back. This changes things, Laura muttered. She looked at me again. I won't stop you. This isn't my fault, Laura said softly. I didn't say it was, I replied. She nodded and moved aside. Her voice dropped. Take care of yourself. I plan to, I said. Emily reached for me. One more chance. No, I said. For the baby, she begged. That's not my child, I replied. You raised him already, she cried. I survived, I answered. You're running, she said. No, I replied. I'm walking. You're leaving me to drown, she cried. I'm refusing to sink, I said. She screamed. You promised. I promised honesty, I said. You promised love, she said. I gave it, I replied. You're cruel, she whispered. I'm done bleeding, I said. You're cold, she said. I'm healed enough, I replied. She collapsed on the couch. I sat long enough to sign the papers. My hand stayed steady. The pen didn't shake. The sound felt final. Each page felt lighter. Emily whispered, So this is it? Yes, I said. You're really going? She said. Yes, I repeated. You won't come back? No, I said. Not even to check on me? No, I answered. Not even someday? No, I said quietly. I packed only my clothes. Laura watched silently. Emily didn't move. The walls felt empty. The room felt smaller. The past felt heavy. My phone buzzed. Daniel's name appeared. I stared at it. He texted, Can we talk? I blocked it. No reply felt better than words. Silence felt earned. Outside, the air felt lighter. I breathed fully for the first time. No one followed me. No one called my name. No one grabbed my arm. No one stopped me. I walked until my legs hurt. I didn't look back. I didn't slow down. I didn't apologize. I didn't explain. In the taxi, the driver asked, Long night? Yes, I replied. Everything okay? It will be, I said. I'm in it. I believed it. I thought, revenge didn't heal me. Choice did. Silence did. Distance did. Dignity did. The new apartment smelled empty. The landlord said, You'll like it here. I just need quiet, I replied. He nodded and left. The door closed gently. I sat on the floor. The fear came late. It came softly. It stayed briefly. I was scared. I was alone. I was free. My phone buzzed once more. An unknown number flashed. I answered without thinking. Emily said, I can't breathe. I can't help you, I replied. You're really gone, she said. Yes, I answered. Say goodbye properly, she begged. This is goodbye, I said. You don't even hate me, she whispered. I don't, I replied. That hurts more, she said. I know, I answered. She hung up first. I stood up slowly. The room echoed. I spoke aloud. This is mine now. No one argued. No one cried. No one lied. I locked the door. I leaned against it. I said I survived. The words stayed. I whispered, Tomorrow starts clean. The room answered nothing. I smiled anyway. I unpacked one shirt. I folded it neatly. I said, This is enough. I believe myself. I lay down on the floor. I closed my eyes. I chose rest. I chose peace. I slept without fear for once. Months passed, and I learned how to breathe again. I woke without dread. I cooked my own meals. I made my bed every morning. I went to work without pretending. Mark noticed. You look different, he said. How? I asked. Calmer, he said. Like you're not carrying the world. I stopped carrying it, I replied. I smiled more. I laughed quietly when no one expected it. I noticed small things, birds outside, the smell of coffee, the hum of the city. Life didn't demand perfection anymore. Emily's name came to me only sometimes. I didn't hate her. I didn't wish her pain. I understood her weakness, her fear, her choices. She was not a villain. She was human. I met Anna at the bookstore. She held a worn copy of my favorite novel. You like this one too? She asked. I nodded. Always. She smiled. We walked among shelves, talking about characters, ideas, nothing heavy. No promises. No expectations. Just conversation. Mark texted me later. Someone new? Yes, I said. Someone honest. He laughed. Careful, man. I'm careful, I said. But I'm open too. I kept my routine. Work, exercise, books, long walks. I returned calls I wanted to. I ignored calls I didn't. I slept well. I woke without trembling. Sometimes scars itched, reminders of betrayal. I let them. They taught me. They reminded me what I would never allow again. Emily appeared in my thoughts randomly. I pictured her anxiety, her pleading, her tears. I felt nothing sharp, only clarity. I understood that love without respect is dangerous. I understood that fear is not enough to bind someone. Anna asked, "Do you think people change?" "I think they can," I said. "Do you?" "I did," I replied. "From what?" "From losing what I thought I couldn't live without," I said. We walked by the river one evening. The sky reflected pink on the water. I breathed deeply. "I like this," she said. "Me too," I replied. No one forced a promise. No one expected forever. We just existed in that moment. At home, I arranged my small apartment. Every item had meaning. Every corner felt mine. I didn't need to impress anyone. I didn't need anyone's approval. I thought about Daniel once. I blocked him and forgot him. The anger I once carried evaporated. His absence didn't wound me. It reminded me of my strength. Emily's baby grew up in her world, separate from mine. I wondered briefly if she learned lessons I had. I hope she did. Not for me, but for herself. I journaled sometimes. I wrote about fear, trust, choices. I wrote about survival and dignity. I never wrote about revenge. It had no place in the life I was building. I met Anna again for coffee. We laughed at silly stories. We shared quiet truths. I felt cautious, yes, but also alive. I wasn't whole. I wasn't pretending. I was myself. Mark asked, "Are you happy?" "I am," I said. "Even after everything." "Especially because of everything," I replied. "Why?" "Because I survived myself," I said. The city moved around me, fast and chaotic. I moved calmly. I moved carefully. I moved purposefully. Sometimes I recalled nights filled with dread, nights filled with tears, nights when I felt invisible in my own life. Now I remember them like maps. They showed me how far I had come. Anna laughed over something trivial. I smiled without hesitation. The weight of the past stayed, but it didn't crush me. I carried it like armor. Not for defense against others, for guidance against myself. I reflected quietly. I didn't win by hurting anyone. I didn't win by forcing guilt or chaos. I won by choosing myself. The sun set outside my window. I watched it slowly fade behind the rooftops. I breathed. I felt peace. I felt power. I felt clarity. I whispered softly to no one, and perhaps to myself. I am enough. I am free. I am me.